Well, here we are again, folks, with Steve's Hornby Class 4F locomotive that I worked on recently. You may have seen in that video that the underframe and chassis is really badly broken, little bits of plastic falling off all over the place. I mean, it went back together okay, but you know, it's not ideal, and Steve did ask if I could possibly replace it. I looked online and I managed to get replacements. These were the last ones available that I could see anywhere online. I got them on eBay, but these were the last ones available. So we'll get this off to the bench and see if we can get it sorted. Okay, we'll get into this again. This should be relatively straightforward. Just take this pickup plate, or collector plate I think they call it. Move this. This doesn't screw on too well, the screws are a bit stripped, but it's because of the broken part. So hopefully this will fit better. So I need to desolder this so I can pull the wires out. That's 1, 2. So that desoldered, I can now remove the collector plate. I want to make sure I keep my wires orientated correctly, so we'll pull that off and we'll put a bend on the left hand one. Okay, so these are the two parts we're going to replace. Let's just get them off. So this is the old underplate. It was broken completely here, and it was also broken at the front, and there's been a plate put on here to protect it. The threads for the screws, you can maybe see there, that one's just broken. So the screws going through there weren't really catching at all, and it's all cracked and broken around the front there. So there's the replacement, and you can see the difference with the threads for the screws, and there's no cracks. And for the chassis, I should say this is all one part, although it's in two parts. It's actually classed as one part. So looking at the chassis is actually fine. Doesn't need replaced at all. But as I say, this comes as one part. You can't buy these separately. I think I'll fit the replacement. Might as well. Right, I need to get this coupling off. Silly Airfix couplings with a little clip. So while I've got the wires out the way on this pickup plate, I'm going to put a little bit of solder across the joins in the pickups there, just to make sure there's always a good connection. Where's my solder? Like so. Okay, so we'll feed the wires back up through. So it's a little bit easier said than done. And we want to get them through this hole as well. Like that. And then I've got to feed the wire through these little holes in the top of the collector plate. That one. And that one. It's fiddly stuff. Now, turn that over, pull that back. Now we can get a spot of solder on here to hold these in place. Okay, turn it round, try and get this in position, get all the pickups inside the chassis. That in place. Right, Okay, it's easier to fit the underframe to the chassis first, then turn that over. That's a better way to do it. Right, now put this on. I was trying to kind of put this 3 parts on all together there, but it didn't quite work out. Let's get this in place with all the pickups behind the wheels. This really is just ridiculously fiddly. You can see why this breaks, because these screws go through from the pickup plate right down to the underframe, and they're quite stiff. Right, we're there, we're done. I think. Oh no, we're not. How's that happen? My quartering's out. Ah, blimey. What happened? How can you get an 060 quartering out when they're all linked together? Take it apart again. Okay, it's not my day today. I got the wheels the wrong way round, so I had to take it all apart and do it all again. And then I realised I didn't have the camera on. However, there we go. That's back together, and my wheels are correct. Let's just see. Okay, so there we go. After a bit of faff and fiddle, we have replaced the chassis and the underframe, which, well, the underframe part is very broken. The chassis was actually okay. So we'll go and stick this on the layout and give it a wee run round. Okay, so I've hooked it up to my BR Maroons. Let's bring it out. So there we are, that's Steve's old Hornby 4F fitted with a new chassis and underframe, as well as the motor service I did on it earlier. I think the reason that underframe part breaks, it's a very tight fit. You know, the screws go from the pickup plate down through the chassis into the underframe, and it has to be screwed in quite tightly. And I think metal screws going into, you know, a tight fit on a plastic thread, you know, the metal's going to expand, plastic gets all brittle, it's going to break. But that's it all repaired, and we'll get it packaged up and sent back to Steve. Right, what's next? See you later, folks.